This is Part 2, Episode 109. After Bing Fu halted, Bing his group, which was following close behind, also stopped. They looked at each other as they did so. Even with their eyesight, they were unable to see through Qian Huazanja. You little fellow. You are asking these old bones of mine to come out and be a fighter again. Qian Huazanja twisted his body after appearing. After which, he turned to Xiao Yan and helplessly shook his head. Surprise flashed through the eyes of the little fairy doctor behind Xiao Yan when she saw him summon such a powerful spiritual body. Her heart completely relaxed. Following this relaxation, the injuries within her body that had been suppressed by her were also released. A giddiness appeared within her head as a mouthful of fresh blood was uncontrollably spat out. The little fairy doctor, who had suddenly spat out blood, startled Xiao Yan. He hurriedly grabbed hold of her and looked at her pale face. She seemed as though she would collapse from a single gust of wind. The killing intent in his dark black eyes surged. Xiao Yan inhaled a deep breath of air. He turned his head to Qian Huazanja. That voice of his contained a denseness. I will be troubling you, old Mr. Yao. Please finish off these people as soon as possible. The little fairy doctor is seriously injured and cannot last for long, 10 minutes. Qian Huazanja glanced at the little fairy doctor, who was supported by Xiao Yan. With his eyesight, he was naturally able to tell that she had suffered serious injuries. His expression also became a lot more serious. After nodding slightly, he turned around and looked at Bing Fu's group. All of them were wearing a surprised expression. His foot slowly stepped forward, and a majestic spiritual storm immediately swept out with him at the center. The expression of the shocked Bing Fu changed drastically when the spiritual storm erupted. His voice had become a little sharp in his horror, 8-star Do zone. The invisible spiritual storm rotated around Qian Huazanja. His body was floating through the air while wave after wave of strange ripples were continuously formed around his body. His indifferent eyes turned to the shocked Bing Fu, but he did not say anything. Instead, his body moved and mysteriously disappeared. Bing Fu's heart immediately turned cold the instant Qian Huazanja disappeared. His body hurriedly withdrew as he loudly cried out, "This friend, the old me, is Bing Fu from the Ice River Valley. The matter today is unrelated to you. Please do not interfere in today's matter on account of the Ice River Valley. The Ice River Valley will provide you a great reward as thanks after this matter is over." There was a thread of panic that was difficult to hide in Bing Fu's cry. This elite 8-star Do zone, who had just appeared, completely turned the situation around. He could not understand why a little fellow would possess such a terrifying lineup with him. Ice River Valley? Is it very great? This alone cannot deter the old me. The space in front of Bing Fu fluctuated after his voice sounded. Qian Huazanja's figure strangely appeared. He smiled faintly at the Bing Fu before he swung his palm in a gentle manner. This palm might appear weak, but Bing Fu felt a heartfelt chilliness. The Do Qi within his body completely erupted at this moment. Layer after layer of icy-cold armor was formed on the surface of his body from the cold air that lingered around it. The armor was snow-white in color. It might appear crystal clear and weak, but its defensive strength was impressive. Of course, this kind of strength was not worthy of being mentioned in the eyes of Qian Huazanja. Although he currently only possessed the strength of an 8-star Do zone, his knowledge was that of his Do zone self back then. A 6-star Do zone was unworthy of any of his attention. Bang! The palm gently landed on the ice armor on Bing Fu's body without a care of the world. A majestic spiritual strength surged out in a flood-like manner. Crack! That firm ice armor's defenses did not hold up in the face of this vast and mighty strength. The palm fell and cracked lines spread. After which, the ice armor emitted a cracking sound as it burst apart. Grug! The ice armor was shattered and Bing Fu's expression instantly turned pale. A mouthful of fresh blood carried a chilly air as it was spat out. His body flew backward after that. Bing Fu's expression turned savage as he flew backwards. His eyes were red as they glared at Qian Huazanja. Immediately, he roared, "Bing He, lead the others and kill that brat." Not far behind Bing Fu, Bing He gradually recovered from the shock brought by Qian Huazanja. He heard Bing Fu's cry and could only grit his teeth. After which, he waved his hand and spoke to the dozens of elite Ice River Valley disciples behind him. "Follow me, we must capture the woeful poison lady at all cost and kill that brat." The dozens of Ice River Valley disciples glanced at Qian Huazunja in the sky with fearful eyes after hearing this. After which, they turned toward the other battleground in the mountain stream. Bing Yuan was already showing signs of being defeated under the attack of the Earth Demon puppet. He could not spare any effort to pay attention to the change in the situation of this place. "Why aren't all of you attacking?" Bing He let out a stern cry when the Ice River Valley disciples hesitated. Upon hearing his cry, the disciples from the Ice River Valley shivered. After which, they hurriedly voiced their acknowledgement in a respectful manner. Bing He nodded his head with a gloomy expression when he saw this. His foot pressed against the empty air and his body shot toward Xiao Yan with lightning-like speed. Many Ice River Valley disciples hurriedly activated all of the Do Qi within their bodies, turning into many colorful glows that surrounded Xiao Yan. Bing Fu, who was in the air, saw Bing He's group taking action. After which, his eyes were turned to Qian Huazunja. A dark, ruthless expression flashed across it. A cold aura once again surged within his body. He took the initiative to rush over and get entangled with Qian Huazunja. In this current situation, it was likely that only by capturing Xiao Yang would they be able to get the puppet and the mysterious spiritual body to surrender. Otherwise, they would only end up dead. Xiao Yang looked at the people from the Ice River Valley rushing over from the edge of the mountain stream. A cold smile surfaced on his face. He turned his head to the little fairy doctor and softly ordered, "Leave them to me. Do not intervene." The little fairy doctor nodded slightly. The leader of this group, Bing He, was a 2-star Do Zone. Other than him, there were quite a few Do Huangs. However, Xiao Yang should be able to deal with them all with his strength. Xiao Yang's foot slowly stepped forward. His hands quickly formed numerous strange seals as he did so. Immediately, an illusionary figure rushed from between his brows. It fluctuated and formed Xiao Yang's appearance. This was the 3000 lightning illusionary body that Xiao Yang had practiced. After the tempering at the Heaven Mountain blood pool, its current strength should be at the peak of the Do Huang class. Although he wouldn't dare to say that he could deal with Bing He using this, it was not a difficult task to block the other Ice River Valley's disciples. "Go." Xiao Yan flicked his finger and the spiritual avatar beside him nodded. His body moved and a silver glow flashed under his feet. He disappeared in a flash. The next time he appeared, he was already behind Bing He. After which, he blocked the many Ice River Valley's disciples. The spiritual avatar that had suddenly appeared caused Bing He to be startled. Immediately, his eyes turned slightly cold. His gaze stared at Xiao Yang as he spoke with a cold smile. "Brat, you have quite a number of tactics. However, with this 1-star Do Zone strength of yours, you are still no match for the old me." A shocking ice-cold Do Qi slowly surged out of Bing He's body after his voice sounded. Cold air lingered over his 10 fingers. After which, they transformed into 10 sharp ice bricks. "If word of what happens today reaches the Ice River Valley, you will no longer be able to stay in this pill region." Bing He let out a dense laugh. His feet stepped through the empty air, and his body transformed into lightning as he shot towards Xiao Yang while carrying a shockingly chilly air. Xiao Yang merely shook his head slightly as he looked at Bing He, who was rushing over. This person was merely a 2-star Do Zone. Xiao Yang had personally killed such a person before he had advanced to the Do Zone class. There was even less need to discuss this. Boom! Bing He's figure flashed. He appeared in front of Xiao Yang, and he revealed a dark vicious expression in his eyes. His fist that was covered with ice bricks smashed toward Xiao Yang's chest in a vicious manner. The fist that contained a cold air suddenly arrived within Xiao Yang's dark black eyes. However, he merely revealed a cold smile. His hand spread out and a jade-green flame slowly surged with a puff sound. The fist that was filled with ice bricks accurately struck Xiao Yang's palm. However, the ice bricks on it instantly melted when he did so. Even the shockingly cold aura that the fist contained seemed to have met its nemesis at this moment as it quickly scattered. Without the support of the cold air, this punch from Bing He immediately had its strength greatly reduced. It even failed to force Xiao Yan back a single step. A 2-star dozone of the Ice River Valley is actually so weak. Xiao Yan's hand was just like a vice grip as he firmly grabbed Bing his fist. He gently shook his head and his voice contained faint ridicule. Due to the heavenly flame, he was completely immune to the cold force from the Ice River Valley. Disbelief surged into Bing his eyes when he saw his attack was so easily blocked by Xiao Yan. His eyes suddenly shrank when he saw the jade green flame that lingered over Xiao Yan's palm. Immediately, he screamed, "Heavenly flame, that's right." Xiao Yan smiled. The chillness in his smile was exceptionally dense. His palm curled and tightened into a fist. After which, he swung his arm forward, octane blast. His punch violently smashed into Bing his body and a shocking hidden force entered him in a lightning-like manner while possessing a wild and violent heat. The icy-cold do chi within Bing his body was completely without resistance under the hidden force of this heavenly flame. A kai-kai sound was emitted as the do chi miserably fled, grug. The chaotic flow of do chi within his body caused Bing He to spit out a mouthful of fresh blood. Immediately, he clenched his teeth and did his best to maneuver all the do chi within his body. After which, the do chi swiftly agglomerated on his hand. An increasing amount of ice-cold do chi gathered. One could see a thick layer of ice being formed on Bing his hand. This ice was crystal clear, appearing just like an icicle. Moreover, there was a serpent-like line on the ice that wiggled like it was alive. Ice serpent arm. Bing He's face was bright red as a low roar surged from his throat. The cold air around Bing He instantly surged after his roar sounded. The strength within his arm also increased by multiple times as this occurred. "Little bastard, receive a punch from me if you got the guts." Bing He's eyes was filled with a crazy killing intent as his face turned red. A furious cry was emitted before he threw his punch forward. One could see the surrounding air swiftly agglomerate into many ice cubes after he threw his fist forward. This cold air caused the moisture within the air to turn into ice cubes. The shocking cold air rushed over. However, Xiao Yan's expression did not change. A jade green flame surged out of his body like a volcano. After which, it gathered onto his right fist in a lightning-like manner. Within a couple of breaths, it had agglomerated into a half-foot-large jade-green firewolf. Xiao Yan did not hesitate any longer after the firewolf was formed. He threw his fist forward. The firewolf roared out like rolling waves of water on Xiao Yan's fist. The frightening temperature vaporized the cold air that had come over. After which, it violently collided with Bing He's arm. The next instant an air wave scattered all around in a ring-like manner after the two collided. The surrounding large rocks emitted cracking sounds and formed numerous cracks with a cracking sound. This collision continued for merely an instant before that Bing He discovered that the ice on his hand swiftly melted with a shocked expression. A chillness flashed through Xiao Yan's eyes when he sensed the stalemate between both parties. The strength on his arm surged, grug, another force once again surged out. Finally, it broke apart the ice on Bing He's hand. Ice fragments scattered in all directions. A paleness surged onto Bing He's face in the face of this heavy blow. His footsteps swiftly shifted back. Finally, they violently collided with a large rock. A mouthful of fresh blood was spat out. After which, he raised his head. His face was filled with shock. He really had difficulty imagining that a one-star dozone could unleash such a frightening fighting strength. While Bing He was struggling to stand up once again, a figure appeared in front of him in a ghost-like manner. His toes gently pressed on his forehead, causing Bing He's entire body to immediately stiffen. The people from the Ice River Valley are only at this level. Bing He's expression turned white. His body did not dare to even move a little. He knew that if he dared to make even the slightest unusual movement, his head would be smashed into pieces with a bang, appearing just like a watermelon that had landed on the ground. Bing He's body maintained his pose of being about to climb to his feet. He swallowed a mouthful of saliva. A moment later, he quietly turned around a little and spoke in a hoarse voice, "If you kill me, this pill region will have nowhere that you can hide." Xiao Yan looked down at the pale white face of Bing He from above. However, he merely laughed and said, "Since I have intervened, I am naturally not afraid of whatever Ice River Valley of yours." What an arrogant tone. Don't think that you possess the qualification to fight with the Ice River Valley by possessing an 8-star dozone spiritual body and puppet. My strength is merely ranked among the weakest among the elders of the Ice River Valley. Moreover, even Bing He and Bing Yuan are ranked at the middle. If the true experts from my Ice River Valley come out, the capital that you are proud of will immediately become not even worth mentioning. Even though Bing had sensed that the situation was a little wrong after hearing Xiao Yan's words, he still involuntarily let out a cold laugh. Xiao Yan narrowed his eyes. This Ice River Valley was also one of the 3 valleys. It was likely that its strength was not weaker than the Burning Flame Valley. Just the 3rd elder of the Burning Flame Valley alone had the strength of an 8-star Dozone. That 2nd elder had already reached the peak of the Dozone class. Of course, the most frightening person was naturally the Burning Flame Valley's Tangshan. Even with Xiao Yan's eyesight, he could only describe Tangshan with the words unfathomable. Although it was extremely difficult for Xiao Yan to accurately determine how strong or weak a Dozon class expert was, his instincts told him that Tangshan's strength was definitely even stronger than Lei Zunja from the Wind Lightning Pavilion. Since the Burning Flame Valley possessed such strength, the Ice River Valley, which was ranked alongside it, would definitely not be weaker. Hence, Xiao Yan did not doubt what Bing He had said. Before he had come to the Pill region, he had already understood that he would be enemies with the Ice River Valley after rescuing the little fairy doctor. However, with Xiao Yan's character, would he just abandon the little fairy doctor just because of the strength of this Ice River Valley? Back then, when he was merely a small dosha, who had just stepped onto the path of Do-Chi training, he had already dared to oppose the great being of the Jiomar Empire. Even less needed to be said now. Bing He looked at Xiao Yan's silence and thought that he had a change of mind. His tone had also become a little calmer as he said, if you take the initiative to hand the body of that woeful poison lady to the Ice River Valley, my Ice River Valley will definitely not let you lose out. With your talent, you will definitely be placed in an important position by the Valley Chief. It should be known that our Valley Chief loves getting to know experts from all over the place. Bing His words had just sounded when he saw Xiao Yan's face slowly turn gloomy. Immediately, a chill rose within his heart. His hand slammed against the ground as he hurriedly withdrew with the help of the pushing force. Bang! However, his body had just moved when a cold smile surfaced on Xiao Yan's face. His leg kicked out in a lightning-like manner. It ruthlessly struck Bing His body. The powerful force caused his body to fly like a kite with a broken string. After which, he heavily smashed into an enormous rock. The sound of bones cracking could faintly be heard. Droplets of cold perspiration continuously surged onto Bing His forehead as he slowly rolled down from the large rock. He raised his head and his eyes looked at Xiao Yan viciously. He furiously roared, "Little bastard, you will sooner or later regret these actions of yours today." Boom! Bing His roar had just sounded when a white figure suddenly shot over from the sky. It immediately smashed into the enormous rock beside him. A mouthful of fresh blood was spat out. After which, this figure slowly rolled down like a corpse, appearing just like a pile of mud. Bing He hurriedly turned his head and shock immediately surged into his eyes. He could see that the figure was actually Bing Fu. However, his entire body was covered with fresh blood. His breath was extremely weary and he appeared close to death. It is really troublesome without a body. It is this annoying just to deal with a Dozone. An elderly figure slowly appeared beside Xiao Yan. This person was naturally Tian Huazunja. He glanced at the mud-like Bing Fu and laughed. I really had an enjoyable time beating him up. However, you can rest assured that the old me made sure that he still had a breath left. Xiao Yang nodded. He softly said, Old Mr. Yao, you can rest assured that the matter of the medicinal ingredients are more or less settled. It is likely that you will be able to soon possess a body once again. A joy that was difficult to hide surfaced on Tian Huazunja's face when he heard this. The matter of his body was something that he had always been concerned about. After hearing these words of Xiao Yang, it seemed that the day would not be far away. Little fellow, you are really reliable. Ha ha, the eyesight of the old me is as good as ever. A glint immediately flickered in the eyes of Bing He when he heard Tian Huazunja's words. This elder, our Ice River Valley specializes in refining bodies. Moreover, the bodies that we create will possess some special ability. As long as you help my Ice River Valley perform one task, you will be able to obtain it for free. The smile on Xiao Yan's face was withdrawn. Dense, cold-killing intent gradually surged within his eyes. Qian Huazunja was also startled because of Binghe's words. He glanced at Xiao Yan. A strange smile appeared on his face a moment later. He slowly walked to Binghe, lowered his body, and slammed his hand gently on his back. He smiled and said, "Do what? We can discuss it. Help the Ice River Valley capture the woeful poison lady. My Ice River Valley can help you refine a body that you will be extremely satisfied with." A wild joy surged over the deep regions of Binghe's eyes when he heard this. Qian Huazunja slowly nodded. After which, his hand gently shifted to Binghe's neck. He also sensed this abruptly, and all the pores on his body immediately opened up. He threw a palm toward Qian Huazunja in front of him. Crack! The wind from the palm had yet to reach Qian Huazunja when his expression turned slightly cold. His hand suddenly used some strength and Binghe's neck was broken amid a cracking sound. "Little fellow, you should not give such a person the chance to speak in the future. Otherwise, an unexpected change might occur sooner or later." Qian Huazunja randomly tossed aside the ice-cold Binghe before turning his head to Xiao Yan and speaking in a faint manner. Xiao Yan quietly relaxed his tightly clenched fist. He nodded to Qian Huazunja, cupped his hands together, and said, "Thank you for your reminder, old Mr. Yao. The battle on the other side should also be ending." A silver glow immediately rushed out of the mountain stream after his voice sounded. After which, it appeared in front of Xiao Yan. At this moment, the hands of the earth demon puppet held a blood-effaced Bing Yuan. When he saw Bing Fu, who was like a pile of mud, and Binghe with his neck broken, a viciousness immediately shot out of his eyes. He stared intently at Xiao Yan as he said with a hoarse voice, "Little bastard, all of you will not be able to escape." Xiao Yan faintly smiled. He received the seriously injured Bing Fu from the hands of the earth demon puppet. After which, his eyes turned to those disciples from the Ice River Valley. He commanded, "Kill them, leave no one alive." The earth demon puppet immediately flashed out when these words sounded. It charged into the group of Ice River Valley's disciples like a ferocious tiger. Immediately, numerous miserable screams sounded from the edge of this mountain stream. Under the fierce might of this earth demon puppet, only 4 of these Ice River Valley's disciples managed to flee. However, their speed was far inferior to the earth demon puppet. They were all caught after a brief chase. After which, they toppled over like wheat in the hands of the earth demon puppet. The earth demon puppet, which was covered with the scent of blood, finally returned after having killed all the disciples from the Ice River Valley within the shortest amount of time. The spiritual avatar of Xiao Yang also returned along with it. Xiao Yang returned the spiritual avatar to between his eyebrows. After which, he turned his eyes toward the quivering Bing Fu and smiled as he said, "I wish to know something." Bing Fu's eyes stared viciously at Xiao Yang. He did not expect Xiao Yang to be so ruthless. He had killed all of them off. "Little bastard, don't think that the Ice River Valley will not be aware of what has happened here by killing everyone. Just wait, a short while later, you will become the wanted target of the Ice River Valley. At that time, there will not be a single place you can hide in the Pill region." Xiao Yang slightly frowned. He curled his fingers as a wisp of a jade-green flame slowly rose. After which, it was gently pressed on Bing Fu's shoulder. A wave of kai-kai sounds was immediately emitted from where Xiao Yang's fingers landed. Bing Fu's face had also become distorted from the intense pain. "I wish to know what that Ice Sun force is you mentioned earlier." Xiao Yang withdrew his finger after watching Bing Fu's distorted face and demanded an answer. Bing Fu's eyes were vicious. He completely ignored Xiao Yang's words. Xiao Yang's face was indifferent. His finger pressed onto Bing Fu once again without saying anything. White smoke rose and Bing Fu's entire body shook. His face had become unusually savage because of the intense pain. Xiao Yang slowly withdrew his finger and indifferently demanded, "Speak." Bing Fu's breathing had become ragged. A moment later, he finally clenched his teeth and said with a hoarse voice, "Ice Sun Force is a unique dochi of my Ice River Valley. One must reach the Do Zone class in order to create it. If this Ice Sun Force enters one's body, it will quietly conceal itself and gradually freeze the blood and veins in one's body. How can it be undone? There is no method to undo it unless you get the Valley Chief of my Ice River Valley to personally do it. However, I don't think that you are capable of that. Bing Fu let out a dense laugh. Xiao Yan's eyes turned icy cold. He ignored him and nodded slightly to Qian Huazunja. After which, he turned around and walked away. He had just taken a few steps when he heard a bone-cracking sound being emitted from behind. These are their souls. Keep them. Xiao Yan grabbed the 3 jade bottles that shot over from behind him. He glanced at them and stored them in his storage ring. After which, he swiftly walked to the little fairy doctor. He involuntarily felt his heart ache when he saw her pale white face. He softly said, "Let's leave this place first. I will think of a way to deal with the so-called Ice Sun force." The little fairy doctor gently nodded. Her pretty eyes looked at the young man in front of her. Within less than a year, he seemed about to catch up with her. Xiao Yan extended his arm, grabbed the little fairy doctor's tiny waist. After which, he got the Earth Demon puppet to bring Xin Lan, who was hiding in one corner. His body moved and he swiftly rushed toward the deeper regions of the fallen god stream. The surroundings of this mountain stream immediately became quiet after Xiao Yan's group left. Only the corpses and fresh blood all over the place gave an indication of the intense battle that had erupted at this spot earlier. This video will end here. Thank you for watching.